So they should understand that, okay, in my turn, my mother thought Papa Kwesiba was good. And so I think Papa Kwesiba was rebellious. But I have been in a classroom or maybe outside somewhere with a person, and I feel I'm compatible with the person. So these are some of the things parents are still holding on to. The traditional way they got married, some of them still want their children, especially the ladies, to go through that same thing. So some of them even impose men, which they feel, looking at their appearance and their wealth, when you marry that man,
I like your smile.
you'll be okay.
Let me take this message. You say, hi, I'm Jerry, watching from Ashaman. I agree with what Redeemer says.
Yeah.
It's saying, because I remember my dad told me never to whistle in the evening because wild animals will come out from the bush to attack me. So being curious, I went near the I went near the bush in the evening to whistle, sir, but no wild animal came out. Thank you very much, Jerry, for watching. Reverend,
yes, ma'am.
You were smiling at Tina.
Yes, I was smiling.
No, before I come to you, Echo, what else are parents holding on to?
You see, about friendship. You see, in their era, they would think maybe taking too much friendship is bad. But in our era, I wouldn't say it's that really bad because some friends are the way you take them. It's a connection of what you want to do. So it's good to take some friends so that you can get that connection of what you want to do. But they always want to restrict you from friends and be alone in the house, do what they always say. You understand? Yeah.
So you think they're with the friendships they're holding on to what their experience is. Reverend, can you give us an idea of what the friendship experience was in your era?
In that era, the only place you can have daddy, mommy talking is during a festivity. It could be a festival in the area. And if it's not like that, then it is about Anansi's story. And you know, then a grown-up comes and tell us a story, just for us to be able to understand some few traits in growing up.
Okay.
That is where you could ask questions. Then you see somebody's asking. So that is where we can get that. And it's all about we sitting and something. Another aspect is when we are all eating together in that big bowl, also sort of open up that friendship aspect. But other than that, hardly would they, unless of course they identify or observe some weird kind of movement in you, then they could actually approach you.
What is weird?
Weird as to, you used to be a bit hostile, but now you're a bit cold. What is wrong? What's wrong with you? They just want to find out, all right? Especially when they are going to the farm. And first, you were first to get to the place, but this time you're lagging behind. They'll ask you, what is going on?
But you see, the thing is, we seem to be focusing on people who have grown up in the villages. But there are there are parents who grew up in the city.
Yes.
And had exposure.
It's also there.
But they're still holding on to the old mindset.
Yes, it's also there. Because you see, they believe that what my mom, dad had here is just a transit.
Okay.
I mean, the city because of a job, but the real root of mine is there. And they used to go back to the village to accustom themselves with. But now you're in
Now, in your era, what I think is mentioning is friendship between adolescent to adolescent, how parents reacted. What was your typical situation when you came home with a friend, or you would say, "Da me kwasrama downfall"?
Hardly would you say, "Oh, kwasrawa downfall."
I didn't try.
Because you've not gotten there to have what it takes to go and kwasrawa downfall.
So in those times, what did it take for you to
oh, ebiana madam for ye bibi no see yembra. That ye to me kobiana. You seeking permission. You can't just come out and say, oh, down. And again, when you bring somebody in, it was over here. Over here, waba. Was where? That you should be able to give that description. Oh, papa penny kwesi babna na meniko school or besrami. Oh, sa, unsham huye. Now, washan say agrona mudiani is not too good. Hey, oh, also papa ne wine. You see, he's going back to make sure that the things you said is it in line with what the man I know to be. So it means there's something here. But if something good is about, So all these things are part of it. When you bring them and they see the traits that there are good things in it, of course they will support you. But where one is trying to usurp you as to letting you learn a certain bad thing, sorry, they will kick you out. Every parent will do that because we observe when friends come.
Before we compare what he's saying to the real situation on the ground now, so this message is definitely from Anola girl. She says, Grandma, please, what Eko is saying is right, that some parents restrict us to have had experience about friendship, and some also get to the extent of choosing friends for you.
Yeah.
Were parents choosing friends for you?
Not necessarily, but they will recommend that we were being so they more or less recommend. They don't choose.
Isn't it the same thing?
No.
Is it the same?
In a normal way, they are trying to choose for you.
In a normal way?
Yes, because how can you recommend? And you are choosing the kind of.
They don't just recommend, though. I'm sure they rebuke your friends.
Because
if you are recommending this one for me, they are telling me that the one I'm with, I should be careful.
So they are choosing.
They
are choosing the kind of friends.
My dad used to say that. My dad used to be from where he is. He used. I wouldn't say he was brought up from a village, because from the way he speaks, you see, he was okay everywhere. And he would tell me that his dad would tell him that. Kweku wadanfo we bema wadanfo ne bema and kofa oba danfo. So my dad will sometimes like to tell me that, Junior, wadanfo we bema wadanfo. Hey, Kweku, and your time here. That is what you are saying. This is not your time. Don't say that.
No, but I think when fathers say that, isn't it a means of, okay, they say I take sides.
No,
So
it's
a means of yes,
caution you.
for the
Be
boy.
careful. Don't try to ask to go beyond what you're seeing. That's all we are asking.
So my friends should be boys only.
Your friends
No,
should be boys.
it
Hold
is-
that
it
thought.
is-
We're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we determine whether a boy's friend is a boy, a girl's friend is a boy, or vice versa. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Yana mwakwan so. Yɛde ani di kase ahodo a ɛkɔ so wɔ Ghana akyi. Yɛwɔ fie mu da biara. Oba mobile phone so a yɛna yɛnie. Yɛbrɛw ensɛm a ɛdi akɔtene asɛm no nyɛtɔ fam a na TV Africa ɛnam atumpan kaseɛ so ɛde abrɛw sɛdeɛ teɛ pɛpɛɛpɛ. Enti bɛhwɛ na bɛtie kaseɛ papa TV Africa ade brɛw ɛwɔ atumpan kaseɛ mu awia dum yenu biara.
Only on TV Africa. Auto Sports. Do you know your car too well? Do you know the right kind of parts available for your car? Well, let's take you for an automobile ride. Auto Sports, your one-stop program for automobiles.
Waiting they happen. This not the show where they don't wait for tire. Waiting they train. When I hear the psychedelic English where demand they blow me fear catch me. This Ogbonge program. Don't be grandma. The latest show where they town. Mona radio. I've been wahala. They say how markets they go. I been last time pidgin.
Let's promote community entertainment sports. Be a part of this exciting moment. Register your Keep Fit Club, feature in our five-a-side and timer. Win loads of prizes. Bet Sports, your home of exciting sporting entertainment.
Welcome back to the studio. If you just joined us, you're watching Listen. Listen is the show which discusses the challenges and insecurities of adolescents and the challenges of parenting adolescents. We're looking at life through the eyes of an adolescent. Before we went on the break, Redeemer and Reverend Edumata were trying to determine who is a friend to who, boys to boys, girls to boys, or across board. Redeemer, but we have a message here. Fred says that Redeemer is a bad boy, pa. And then another one, Dawn says, when parents say they have been in the adolescent position before, I believe it has to do with mostly abstract things. The way adolescents feel today towards the opposite sex especially is the same way their parents felt at their time. For physical things and behavior, it's different era. For example, I never attended extra classes, but today almost all adolescents attend extra classes, and they must appreciate parents for that effort. Thank you very much, Dawn, for your message. Mr. Clemento.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. We've been talking about the difference in adolescent eras, and what was your experience like being an adolescent compared to what it is today?
Oh, okay. That's nice. But I'm very far from Redeemer's era.
I like that.
Generally, it was fun. We too, just like the last message you read, we are privileged to have the extra classes time. Okay. So compared to my parents' era, they didn't have, so it was okay for us. But now, coming to this era, there's also a new, like everything is changed for them. They have different kind of classes. If you are talking about school, they have not only the extra classes like after school, Saturday classes, no, they have different ones. Now they get online homeworks and all that. So there are two different worlds. There are phones now. When they come home, they
in
call
your
their
time,
friends.
you had phones?
No, please.
Not even the phone booth?
In the whole area, there was one telephone in Mr. Jokoto's house. When my parents call from Accra, they run and come and call you. The first person to get there to get to talk to your parents. Like, so
Wow. Now, so what was the parenting like? For example, we've been talking about, for the past couple of weeks, parents, adolescents keep saying privacy. They need privacy. We were trying to identify if it's privacy or personal space and privileges that they need, which one? So in your time, would you say the privacy was available or not?
in my time, privacy was not that available.
What do you mean that available?
Because you are living in a single room.
You are.
So where is your privacy? Unless you go to private.
That's where you have your privacy.
You too.
So there wasn't too much of privacy, and the whole area, the whole community feels responsible for you.
Exactly.
So even outside the home, somebody's out there who is parenting you.
Yeah.
So you go wrong, they can correct you even before you come home.
Good.
So there wasn't too much of privacy, but the discipline was more than now.
It's more than now.
Yes.
Do you feel that, do you get a sense that the adolescents of today want to break away from discipline?
Yes, yes. I think it's something like a revolution or something.
A revolution?
Yes.
I like that. I like that.
And why a day?
Council
like
like that, I like that.
I like that.
When I finish this show, I'll be a counselor.
Now, we were also talking about the era changes. Now, you are a father, aren't you?
Yes, please.
How many kids do you have, if you don't mind me
I have 4.
asking? Somebody says, hey.
Somebody to scream from the house. But yes, I have 4. 2 biological and 2 adopted.
Okay. So, as a parent now, when you look back to the time you were an adolescent, do you dread when your children will become adolescents?
Yes. Like I keep saying, I don't want to use rebellion. I don't want
But
to. It's too harsh.
It is rebellion.
That's why I use revolution.
If we don't,
Rebelliousness is a bit harsh.
It is.
Yeah. So because the world is fast growing at a certain pace that some of us cannot catch up with, and these kids are actually catching up. So I dread a lot.
are you planning to catch up before your children get to that stage? Because this is what we're talking about today. Parents need to unlearn to learn. And this topic, this phrase is always in every show. Parents need to unlearn to learn. Are you in that state where you think, I need to get ahead of them? Is it even possible to get ahead?
That is the thing. I would say I would want to get ahead, but the possibility of it, sometimes they know something before you get to know.
I know, right?
Yes. So let's use these apps as an example. TikTok. Before you say you are creating an account, they are already there with thousands of followers. So you are a newcomer, they will be teaching you. So if there's a secret they don't want you to know, you wouldn't know. So it's difficult to catch up. But I would wish I get at par with them and we all grow together. It's good to unlearn and learn though, so that you will grow with
Are
your
you
children.
unlearning to learn?
I'm trying my best.
What have you done different?
I'm also trying to be technology inclined so that whatever my firstborn was in class 2 when they were buying dictionaries. I didn't understand. Dictionary? Class 2? What are you which word are you going to open in class 2? But when that thing came, I also behaved as if in my time class 2 were doing, so we both open and learn or learn new words and all that. But me, I have had my first dictionary in SS2. When they told us that we were writing up there, then I bought dictionary. Class 2, they are using dictionary.
So Nat, you realize?
Watch out, my director said, "Oh boy,
Oh, boy.
Asma make a me boy, and they will director, oh boy.
So I mean, that's a typical,
Yes.
you know, unlearning to learn.
Yes. Yes. And that's a practical talk he's actually giving us now.
Redeemer.
I said earlier that I would say I am the voice of the
Yeah,
adolescent.
adolescent, yes.
Yeah.
So he was saying something like he doesn't want to use the word rebellious. Okay, and he also said that because adolescents of today are catching up.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I want to ask. Me trying to know what's going on, me asking for you to be playing with me, me trying to catch up with what's going on, makes me rebellious. Does that make me rebellious? You telling me that Redeemer, don't go here, and I'm saying, Mommy, why shouldn't I go? Because does that make me rebellious? Because in your days, when Mommy says A, you can't say B.
Who told you? Were you there?
Yeah,
Were you there?
no. From what people are saying, that's what I get.
True.
Yeah. But if you say A and I say, Mommy, why A? Why not B? It makes me rebellious because I want to suggest an alternative
He
approach.
has a point, you know.
But the rebelliousness of these people, it's not like, please, why can't I go there?
Exactly.
They'll say that everybody is there. Why are you telling me not to go? You're telling to go to this. And if he just goes out and maybe counselor meets him and say, where you are going, your father would like it. Hey, are you my father?
Yes.
These people.
That is it. This is a
I'm
practical
lying.
thing.
Hey, this one is adolescent who parents fine. Let me read my message and we go on. It says, please, George says, please tell your young guests that they will grow and have children one day.
Thank you.
So they should be more concerned about how they will control their adolescent children.
Very
George
important.
is, right.
Is it Penino being a bidder?
Nah, but Friday.
I credit the engineer Femuda. You know, just look at what Clemento was telling us that class 2 looking for a dictionary. He had his JHS2. SS2. So look at it. I mean, if you're a parent, it does not mean that, China drew SS2 and send me a dictionary. Quickly fix it. And again, coming back to you, Redeemer, if mommy says don't go there, we want you to perform the act. Don't question the act. That is all it means. Later, you can come back and say, Mommy, yesterday you said I shouldn't go to why? Baria. Now you are learning.
Must we wait for
It can never be
the next day?
It's not the next day, but perform
Later.
the act.
Okay.
And then later come find out the
You
rationale.
want them to trust the judgment of the parents.
Fantastic. If you don't trust that judgment, how would you follow me? How would you be disciplined?
That is a very
But
difficult
you know,
thing.
in
You
this
see the
era,
point?
That
You see
is
the
a
point?
very
See.
difficult thing to do. I can't just be following everything you say.
Because who are
Why
you?
is it difficult?
Who are you?
Because I'm a
Whose
human
house?
being of myself.
Why are you living in this house?
Thank you.
No, see, parents are supposed to be holding our hands
Yes,
and
and
guiding us,
Yes.
not pushing us to places. If you are guiding me, when you suggest an approach, we should be able to reason together. So if you are not allowing me to bring my ideas on board, and you are saying that because you said A, I should do A, and when you are satisfied, when you are done, maybe 2 days later, I can come and say, why did you say A? What if it's too late? You see, they are using their time to judge our time. Because those days, when they say A, they can't say E.
See, this era,
What's your father's name?
Great question. What's your father's name? Everything you're doing here, if somebody asks you the question, what's your father's name? They won't track the roots.
Yes.
So be careful. Be careful.
But Daddy, this era, you don't know where your favor can come from.
Favor.
Yes. You don't know where.
God always gives you a favor.
Oh, yes.
But your favor can be powerful favor when you succumb to the dictates of anyone who is ahead of you. Anyone who is ahead of you. If you succumb to it, if you start questioning people ahead of you, you can become a leader yourself. Please, there are orders, there are principles, there are processes that if I'm growing, I must look up to. You cannot say that, oh, since I said, be here, and then you go like, why should I be here? No! It means you're not prepared to learn and you don't want to become that full-fledged person. So we need to really, really understand that there are processes. You cannot get to 2 when you don't start from 1. And you can't get to 1 when you are not from 0. Simple principles. If we do not uphold the principles and we want to throw away the principle and call it our own, just like Shirley says, we are going to be rebellious instead of we taking some kind of a revolutionary act.
I get it, but he said I cannot get to 2 without getting to 1, and I cannot get to 1 without getting to 0. But you think I can get to 1 and 2 without understanding 0 and 1?
Before you get to 2, you understand why the 1 was there.
You have pushed me to from 0 to 1. I didn't understand the transition. You have just asked me, Redeemer, go to 1, and I have gone to 1. But in my case, I want to see, Daddy, why should I go to 1? Is there something peculiar about 1? Then because all I want is that condescend to my level, explain to me, talk to me in ways that I can understand. And because if you make me understand it very well, I'll move willingly. Yeah. And you wouldn't have to even...
Redeemer, where you coming from comes in when you have 2 options or several options. But where there is no option and we are going this way.
Go back.
All right? And then you are asking me, Daddy, why are we eating yokagari? Option be way. So why are you questioning Daddy now?
So Daddy should explain to you that this yokagari, if you eat it, it can spend 2 weeks in your stomach. Before you really eat it.
No. The reason why maybe he's asking is because maybe they be omudimo. Then no more bedi gari na. So bisa said Daddy, I didn't see bedi gari. And they scan you into the gari.
Oh, that and they
no matter.
Very simple.
But must we always explain to you what is going on? At the end here, it's the end result that matters. It's not the beginning.
But do you agree
the
that
process matters as well?
They're here.
Process matters as well.
Do you agree that your parents are the leaders in the house?
Yes.
So
but we just like we have leaders of this country, we live in a democratic world. We are done with the autocratic world. So you don't impose things on we reason together.
That's right. Get to understand that democracy can never be democracy when there are no leaders. Yeah. Get it right. The fact that we give you a certain...
She said, yeah.
Yes, ma'am, talk.
Yeah. I'm speechless because, I don't know if my time in adolescent age was different from Redeemer people.
Busa.
Because usually in that village where I come from, we know, say, after farm, we come to eat food. Sure. Yeah. You have no choice. Even if there's plantain that you want to eat, the plantain is meant for tomorrow. You have no right to eat it. If you are eating fufu, we are all eating fufu. Sure. Unless there's one person in it that does not eat fufu. That one, the bunch is there for you. So it's like in Redeemer and a course time, there were varieties. That is what I would say. I think in a certain home, in a day we can cook about 5 foods. Reason being that in Colombia you do indomie, bakudi spaghetti, bakudi jollof. Yes, I have been in a house like that. And so when it happens that way, they have never had the opportunity to experience that, okay, today, because of this and this is what we are all eating. And because they have the chances to choose whatever food they want to eat at a particular time, when the sudden changes come, they are not able to adapt. And that brings in the confusion as in, because we know, say, Monday is Idi Jollof, banku. So it is up to parents to let the children understand situations and seasons. Okay. That and then bottom year we are eating pizza. And
which brings us back to what Redeemer is saying.
Yes.
But I wanted to ask, you are saying that there was a rule that Mondays were eating this, but today things are changing. Yes. The Redeemer then asked that, why are we eating this on Mondays? the first rule that they were obeying? Did they ask?
No.
So why is it that
Yes. Did you
I
ask?
brought the rule, you didn't ask. Now I'm changing the rule. You want to ask?
I don't know if the question is supposed to be for me or for Reverend.
Speak
Because that
for your
example he's talking about,
your whole
no,
people.
that example he's talking about was brought up by Reverend concerning the food. There are so many examples that we can
Give us another example.
Okay, a very, very good example. I bring my friends home.
Okay.
And just as he was saying, he will recommend that eja kuto ye ni papa nti dini banechi. I know what I've seen in my friend, and I believe that my friend can be very good to me. So you are saying because eja kuto ye ni papa nti I should follow the son. I would ask daddy why? I think my friend is also a good person. So shouldn't I be given the opportunity to make friends of my own? And by saying that I've become very stubborn, I am so rebellious. That's the picture I'm getting. I'm so confused. Like, why?
In fact, let me come
You
in
don't
here.
think
Yeah,
far.
come in.
You know, when you bring a friend to the house, your mother or your father is able to tell who the person is, whilst you yourself, you haven't seen the person. Let me tell you an example. I had a friend, okay? I had a lady friend, okay? And then anytime she comes home, she feels uncomfortable. I didn't understand. And then my mother asked me that I should ask my friend, why is it that anytime she comes to the house, she tries to see left, right? The first question she'll ask is your mom at home? It means there was something she was hiding that I was blind. I was just following her. I didn't know. You know, not knowing, anytime she comes to the house, she checks the things at the kitchen and she picks some away without my notice. I never knew. And you know, at that moment, I was living with an auntie. So anytime she comes, there will be a shortage. And then she'll ask me, I have no idea. Who came to the house? Okay, I mentioned the person's name. So, you know, there was one time she told me that I should tell her she's not in the house, so she'll come. And the ways and means my auntie got to know this girl has picked something. I was right with her in the kitchen, but I never knew. So there are things that they see. It's not about the appearance of the person, the mannerisms. There are some of the things that they have understood, they have experienced. Okay, Adjoa Mansa was always like this when she comes to the house. And your friend is coming, your friend is portraying the same thing. So then I need to pick a pause, go into it, ask you. So there are times they're not just overreacting.
Okay, Sina, let me take some messages. We run out of time.
Okay,
as
sure.
always.
Sure.
When parents say that they, no, okay, she says adolescents today are comfortable with parents must understand our era, but they are not ready to understand the parents.
Yeah.
Huh?
Sure.
2 nil. Okay. It says, good afternoon. I'm Sandra from La Paz. Adolescents prefer experimenting for results to accepting the truth. Whereas parents are more matured and can tell the end from just a little body language.
Yeah.
But adolescents see that as normal until they see the worst. Adolescents should listen more than querying the elderly. And then we have another said, good evening, please. I think our era is a time where we want to know it all, and when we are being forced not to know it, that is where we actually get curious to actually know what is in there. Teenage pregnancy is my suggestion, can be reduced should parents open up to explain things to us. Thank you. Good afternoon. I always disagree with the statement the beginning doesn't matter, it's the end result. It's just like saying building a house with a weak foundation and expecting the building to be strong at the end. The building will one day collapse. It's always the process and the end results that matters. So parents in this era should be willing to explain and accept some of our decisions. Thank you. Desmond from Teshi. I think just 2 more messages and we're gone. It's obvious there's a missing link between the generation before now and those ones. We need to find out where technology visuals have put today's adolescent. There must be a middle ground where both generations converge. The smart adolescent must know that without discipline and listening to parents, they are in trouble. The parents must let go of ego and meet the adolescent children halfway. Jaw. Sorry, says my typos. Okay, the last one says, I once told adolescent that lifting a bike when riding was very dangerous. He said, why is it dangerous? I explained he could die or get maimed. This guy told me it is only inexperienced people who will die. I told him to take it easy. You know what? He's dead from what I told him about. In the military, we always say obey before complain.
Exactly.
But I wanted to just do a quick comparison for Redeemer and his people. You see, we are all
You know
here.
you are here next week.
Yes.
You don't have a choice.
Yes, I don't.
Thank you very much.
We are all here. I
Yes.
came in late. You people were here. But if the director has said, don't let Clemento come in, would you have allowed him?
I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
That's it.
The director is there, seeing all of us.
Exactly.
We are making the show. We think that, we are talking.
Me director, I'm going to
Yes.
Good.
If men first or no communicate, or because it be a counselor question, then the show becomes a beautiful show.
Good.
That is how a home is run. The
Fantastic.
head.
We're going.
Let's go.
All too soon, our time is
If
up.
you like,
This
say
is
you won't
nothing. And same time next week, part 2, same squad. And today, as you know, the scores has been Adolescent 2, Parents 7. Same time next week. And join me at 7 p.m. to join Obabo. I am Natalie, your host. Stay tuned.
What would I have done without your care? When I close my eyes, all I see is your tender loving. You are my dream, you are my future. You make my day, you are my sunshine. You are my dream, you are my future. You make my day, you are my sunshine. I love you with all my heart. You are the only one I want in my life. You are the reason why I'm living, baby. Oh, I love you. You are my dream, you are my future.
Hi, Daddy. Good morning.
Oh, Dad. Yes. Good morning. Good morning, my lord. So, where are you guys off to this morning? Oh, we're off to work. Oh, that's good. I already sent your brother to the office. I thought you were still down. Oh, but thank God for bright countenance this morning.
Thank you, Dad. But also thanks to Anna, the host, about nothing and making me happy.
Yeah, really. Thank God for good daughter-in-law. And now listen to me. When you come back in the evening, I have something nice for you. Okay?
We'll have to share that one now, right?
Thank you, Daddy.
It's okay, Dad. I will have to run.
All right. Take care of yourself.
All right.
Sir.
I will call you from the office.
Good.
Okay, be good. Cheers.
No, I can't. I can't do it. I said I will not do it. There's no way I am going to do it. I said I will not do it. No way. I can't. I won't do it. Stop persuading me. I said I will not do it. I don't care. Chief Lieutenant, I know how you feel about this, but it don't. Yes, Ebenado has been so nice to us. Look at me. Look at me. I know what I went through before I met you. Yes.